Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. And today I want to talk about the hardest thing. And the hardest thing for us when we come into this world of spirituality, this great awakening, this enlightenment, which is what the mind has lightened to the awareness of, or become understanding of our consciousness that we are the creators of our world, is to take full responsibility for that, full accountability. That's like the most difficult thing to do, especially if you come from a church background where we had created demons and devils to be responsible for all of the negative or ugly or wrong or bad stuff that was happening in our lives, right? We always said, oh, Satan is busy. The devil and his minions, they're getting busy. They're ruining my life. They're haters in the world. The devil got control of their mind. We never wanted to take responsibility or accountability for what was happening in our world. We gave our power to this illusion of a secondary cause. But once you come into this world of spirituality, or what people call Christ consciousness, or enlightenment, or recognizing the higher self, or you can still call it God, source, the all. Once you come to recognize that that power is within you, that's who you are. You're the fractal part of the all. You are the extension of that power, and that power dwells in you, and you are the one responsible for the person that's bullying you, the person that's gossiping about you, if your business is a failure. Or, I mean, these are all things that you're saying about your life experiences, right? That this is what we say, that the reason I'm unsuccessful is because of someone else. Because, well, I don't know why people just don't want to buy from me. I don't know why. I don't know where the clients are going to come from. I don't understand. I'm promoting, I'm networking, and what's going on? Like, why isn't it happening for me? What's the problem? What's people's problem? It's not nobody else. We gotta take responsibility. It's us. It's what we think. It's what we a lot of times unconsciously believe about ourselves. We're not even aware that maybe we fear success. Maybe we, keep thinking, oh, this will never work, or I got to keep putting money, or if I give more time and effort, and then like I'm grinding, I'm doing this 60, 80 hours a week, and I still haven't made any movement. I'm so much in debt. The key is to step back and take an assessment of your thoughts. Really sit back and think about, what do you really think about your business or relationships, whether they be a significant other, or maybe their familial relationships, or maybe their work relationships, or your health. What do you think about your body? What do you say? Do you live in the now? Do you see yourself now healthy and doing those things that you would like to do? Can you find something to appreciate in the moment of all of your complaining and frustration and irritation and annoyance, right? See, in order to really to start having different experiences, it really is your responsibility to take accountability of your thoughts and your feelings. Do you really believe that you can imagine that you're imagining success for yourself? Or are you spending all your time complaining? And that's the hardest thing, to stop doing a habit that you have become so familiar with, so conditioned to, because the world tells you it has to go this way. You must do these things. If you follow these exact steps, then you will reap this reward. You will get this successful outcome. And then you're like, well, I'm doing all of the steps. I'm doing everything they told me to do. I've spent thousands of dollars on networking and e-courses and master classes, and I'm still in the same place. But did you actually believe it will work? Did you actually believe in you? Did you actually just stop for a moment and truly believe that you deserved a successful business, that you deserved, that you were worthy of love, that you were worthy of life? And worthy is not about an earning or being good enough or changing who you are. That's not what I mean when I say worthy. I say just the simple fact that you exist makes you worthy. The simple fact that you thought about desiring a certain thing makes you worthy. It's not about working for something. It's about recognizing that you already are that which you desire to be. You're already a successful business owner. You're already in a loving relationship with your significant other. You already have great friendships and work relationships. Your body is already healthy. Your body is already in its optimal performance, right? Like you're already saying those things and you're not allowing what has been happening to determine what will happen. And that's the hardest thing for us. We take past experiences and make them be proof of what a future experience will be. Well, if that was the case, we wouldn't have a lot of our technological advantages that we have, right? Advances in technology, right? We would not have the cell phone. We would not have the jets. We would not have the big boats, the yachts, these wonderful things we get to experience in this world now if we based all of our future experiences on past things, right? Well, I've never seen a plane fly before, so guess that can't happen. I've never seen cars before. How is that going to happen, right? Like, no one in my family has ever been successful without going to college, or only people with college degrees can make 6 and 7 figures when you know that most of the billionaires in the world did not finish college, right? Yeah, so that kind of goes out the door. But because we haven't personally experienced it, we think it may be good for someone else and not for us. That is the hardest thing, to see ourselves as being that which we desire. But really, it is the most easy thing that you can ever do for yourself. And what you have to do, what is important, or I suggest, again, you don't have to do anything, right? You can continue thinking the way you've been thinking, doing what you've been doing, and see if the results change. That's completely up to you. But what I would suggest is that you change the way you see yourself, that you start seeing yourself as a successful person that has the 6 to 7, 8 figure, 9 figure income. The only limit is the limit you put on yourself. But if you choose to see that you can have the easy life, that you are deserving of this life, that you are worthy of this life just for simply existing, that's the only criteria. There is no other criteria. You don't earn success. You claim it. You acknowledge it. You recognize it. You start your day off saying today is the most incredible, wonderful day. I don't care what goes on. I don't care what it appears to be, seems to be. I'm standing in my truth that life is good. Life is wonderful. I am successful. That is all that is required. So let's stop making that which is easy difficult. It is just as easy for you to say it and begin to feel it when you allow yourself to do this. And that comes with taking time to yourself, cutting off the TV, turning down the social media, not looking at emails, allowing yourself to be with yourself and saying, you know what? I can actually see myself enjoying this life I want to experience. I feel like experiencing the good life right now in this moment. Right now, I have the power to do so. And all I got to do is just believe it, believe I have received it, and I shall. I don't know how, I don't know where, I don't know when, because it's happening now. I feel it now. I know it now. Now is all I have, and I live in this present moment of now. And I give thanks. I give thanks for all things. I give thanks for the idea for my business. I give thanks for the idea for a healthy body. I give thanks for the idea for loving relationships, whether they're work relationships, friendships, or family relationships, whatever they are. I am so thankful and grateful and appreciative for those things. And it ain't nothing I got to do but change my mind about it. I don't have to do anything else but change my mind and allow those things to come into my experience. No more working. There's nothing you can physically do to change what you're doing, because if it was, it would be different already. You've already been doing everything. You've been doing all the networking, the emailing, the promoting, you've been doing the master classes and the e-courses and the e-books and all of that, and you're still where you are. So it's not those things. It has to be you, right? And so let's take accountability and say that it's us. That's it. And that's all. It's all you got to do. That is, and it sounds so simple because it is. It is very simple. Let's not complicate it. Let's stop saying that it's hard, right? Because I know I started off with the hardest thing, right? What appears to be the hardest thing. That it appears to be hard because we have to challenge ourselves. We have to really just stop trying to force things into existence because it already is. All you have to do is recognize it. You got to put on those rose-colored glasses and recognize, if so-and-so can do it, they're no different than me. The only difference is they believed in themselves. And so I'm going to start believing in myself. So I'm going to start believing that, this world was made for my enjoyment. There's a particular scripture that I love too. I love all the scriptures though, because they're, especially those with promise, right? It said, God has richly given us all things to enjoy. For God has richly given us all things to enjoy. So you came to enjoy this life. And guess what? You get to choose what that is. So whatever business you desire to flourish in, and maybe you don't even want a business. I know we talk about money. We think that's the only way money can come. But you just want the wealth life. You want luxury. You want enjoyment. You want opulence. You want elegance. You want comfort and ease. However that comes, whatever that looks like. Because it may not come, your money may not come through a business. It may come through an inheritance. It may come through winning the lottery. It may come through a raffle ticket, a sweepstake. Who knows? It may come from a lost relative, However, there are infinite ways in which your wealth can come into your experience. Because guess what? You're already wealthy. And you just got to allow it to show itself to you. So, again, I know it may seem hard because we're creatures of habit and we habitually think the same thing over and over again until we decide that we want to do something different. So decide right now that you want to think differently. Decide right now you're going to be thankful for all of the great interactions you have with people, no matter who they are, where they come from, what place in life they are. That you recognize that you created that situation. You give appreciation for it. Appreciate it. Give thanks for it. And stop making easy things hard or difficult. Please like, share, and subscribe. And make this day great.